Others who get reborn turn into tigers or snakes. But me, I'm reborn as a lake. Well, to be precise, a puddle less than 2 meters wide, sitting right in the middle of a desert, watching my water evaporate constantly. I realize it won't be long before I die from complete dehydration. Just as despair sets in, a system panel suddenly pops up in my mind. It shows I have 2 level 1 skills, Spirit Rain and Water Binding, 100 energy points remaining, and through upgrades, I can evolve into a sacred spring lake that heals everything, an elemental lake that controls wind, fire, lightning, and thunder, and a divine lake that masters all. But just as I'm about to explore further, the system flashes a red alert. Host has 12 hours until evaporation death. I immediately rush to familiarize myself with the system functions. Spirit Rain is basically a rainfall skill. It makes rain fall within the lake's covered area, and the rainwater contains spiritual energy. This spirit rain greatly helps biological growth. Water Binding, as the name suggests, controls water to restrain enemies. Using skills consumes energy. 100 points only lets me cast 2 skills. How to gain more energy requires further exploration, but clearly, I don't have that much time. A lake dies simply because its water source runs dry. As long as I keep myself from drying up, I shouldn't die. I immediately activate Spirit Rain. Watching the energy drop to 50 points, I feel a gentle breeze, but there's still not a single cloud in the sky. Is this system even real? Suddenly, a few raindrops hit the puddle's surface. A pitter-patter of rain begins, growing heavier and heavier. I feel refreshed. The rain continues for a full hour. When it stops, the puddle has expanded more than 3 times. Now covering about 7 or 8 square meters, it barely qualifies as a pond. I quickly check the system panel again. The red warning has disappeared. My heart, still unsettled from just crossing over, finally gets a moment's peace. Suddenly, I sense vibrations from afar. In my perception, several wild oxen that were in the distance charged toward me. This place has been drought-stricken for so long. With sudden rainfall, these oxen must be coming to drink. I'm nervous. Wild oxen are herd animals. If these few attract a whole herd, this water probably won't be enough for them to waste. I wonder if water binding can handle them. I need to make an example of them to intimidate other beasts and prevent the water I worked so hard to accumulate from being drained. When the first ox trudges through the mud to reach me, a massive mouth, much larger than a normal ox, extends toward me. Suddenly, a water rope shoots out, wrapping tightly around the ox's neck, and drags it into the water. The ox thrashes violently under the sudden attack, but the binding around its neck only tightens, growing stronger. The ox struggles in vain. Its struggles only sink its body deeper into the mud. Finally, its entire head is pulled underwater. As the struggles weaken, the water surface returns to calm. The other oxen that arrived late have already fled far away, watching this direction in terror. Host has slain a low-level beast. 100% energy points gained. Congratulations on achieving first kill. 100 bonus energy points awarded. An unexpected blessing. Minus the 50 points spent on water binding. I now have 200 energy points. So slaying creatures is one way to gain energy. Looking at the terrified oxen in the distance, I fall into thought. In this desert that stretches endlessly, there's only this one water source. I don't believe these oxen can resist the temptation of thirst and spirit water. They're walking energy points. The ox corpse I dragged into the water gradually gets wrapped in mud, then eerily vanishes. The desert at night is even more terrifying. Deep beast roars echo from afar, along with the terrified cries of dying animals. It seems this desert hides quite a few creatures. The next morning, I check the system panel again. It has changed. Energy has increased to 500 points. Turns out those oxen from last night couldn't resist and came to drink together, and I killed them all. Each ox kill costs 50 energy points, but yields 100. That's a net gain of 50 points each. After multiple confirmations, I discover a hidden system ability. Creatures I kill and devour, their memories are absorbed too. Through those oxen's memories, I gain more understanding of this world. This definitely isn't my original world. It looks more like an ancient primitive era. In those oxen's memories, I saw a lion with flames circling its neck, winged horses, and humans who wield magic. This excites me. In such a magical world, there must be a way to regain human form. I don't want to be a lake forever. If I could drag that flame lion in and devour it, I'd probably gain quite a bit of energy. A bold idea forms. In the oxen's memories, they were that lion's prey, so the flame lion must be nearby. The desert remains scorching hot, and I've been in this world for a week now. After surviving the initial death threat, I begin an interesting hunting life. Using Spirit Rain once daily, not only does my volume increase, but after 7 consecutive days of rain, I've fully become a lake. And because the rain from Spirit Rain contains rich spiritual energy, some aquatic plants and small fish and shrimp that were dying have all revived. Of course, these are just bonuses. For me, the greater gain is, lured by the spirit water, animals come to drink every day. Over these days, I've captured no less than 20 beasts. mostly oxen. As for smaller animals, I choose not to act. One night, a pitch-black beast silently approaches. The moment its paw touches the mud near the lake, I detect it immediately. It's a hunting dog, but clearly different from hunting dogs in my old world. Its body resembles an ordinary hunting dog, but eerily, it has 2 heads and 4 red eyes gleaming in the darkness. Equally striking is a bone spike on its forepaw, clearly razor sharp. The twin-headed hound scans its surroundings cautiously. Confirming no threats, it approaches and lowers its heads to drink. Naturally, I can't let it go. Devouring this twin-headed hound will surely earn substantial energy. With a whoosh, I activate water binding. Compared to ordinary beasts, this hound's senses are far sharper. The instant the water rope leaves the surface, it retreats quickly. But I anticipated this. One water binding won't capture it. I cast water binding 5 times simultaneously. The hound dodges the first rope, but the other 4 bind all 4 limbs tightly. The hound struggles in panic, but with the force of an entire lake pulling, its body drags step by step toward the water. Just as the hound is about to enter the lake, its red eyes shoot 2 red beams into the water. With a splash, 2 geysers erupt. After unleashing this attack, the twin-headed hound goes limp and I drag it effortlessly into the water. That attack, aside from splashing water, has no real effect on me. Congratulations on completing first magical beast kill. Slaying a mortal tier level 1 magical beast. 1,000 energy points awarded. Special substance detected within host. Refine it? I'm still basking in the joy of gaining 1,000 energy, when the system suddenly mentions a special substance inside me. After thinking, I decide to refine it, to see what it is. Refinement complete. Host has refined 2 tier 1 hellhound essences. 500 energy points gained. After organizing and absorbing the information, I finally understand that twin-headed hound is called a hellhound, classified as a mortal tier level 1 magical beast. And those 2 red beams before its death were actually its eyeballs. According to the system information, creatures in this world, whether magical beasts or humans, are ranked by strength into mortal tier, transcendent tier, epic tier, and divine tier, 4 major tiers, each divided into 10 levels. This matches the system's level rankings. Whether higher tiers exist remains unknown. After careful comparison, I determined that Flame Lion from the Oxen's memories is probably mortal tier level 3. I'm currently only mortal tier level 1. However, because my true form is a lake, most skills seem ineffective against me. System, how do I level up? Host can reach level 2 by consuming 2,000 energy. To be safe, I plan to reach level 2 before dealing with that Flame Lion. Upgrade, I command. After a tremor, the lake is shrouded in mist. After about 15 minutes, the mist clears, revealing the lake. The area has more than doubled, and lush green aquatic plants and swimming fish and shrimp are now visible. Upgrade successful. Congratulations, host has acquired new skill, level 1 water spear. This upgrade leaves me with only 500 energy points, but my volume has increased again, and I've gained a new attack skill. Even the plants and aquatic life within me benefit, growing faster. Water spear, as the name suggests, forms water spears to attack enemies. Each spear consumes 100% energy points. A maximum of 20 spears can be formed at once. The larger the lake, the more spears possible. Seeing this, I'm troubled. With my current energy, I can only use water spear 5 times, but with this new attack skill, I'm confident I can kill that Flame Lion. The system will surely reward me handsomely. In the Oxen's memories, that Flame Lion's primary prey was them. Due to my recent killing spree, few oxen have come to drink these past days. I need to find a way to gather enough oxen to lure the Flame Lion here. The next evening, I use Spirit Rain again. Only such widespread rainfall has enough allure to bring oxen to drink. Sure enough, as night falls, several oxen cautiously approach, testing the lake's edge repeatedly. Finding nothing unusual, they begin drinking in large gulps. With my current volume, I needn't be stingy with this water. To lure the Flame Lion, I hold back, remaining still. By the 3rd day, more animals gather around the lake, and even a few water birds playfully splash about. I continue waiting patiently. I want to create an illusion of complete safety. When all the surrounding animals come here to drink, the Flame Lion will have no choice but to hunt here. Perhaps from drinking spirit-infused water, the animals by the lake seem more spirited, like succulent pieces of meat waiting for the Flame Lion to feast. After waiting 2 more days, the Flame Lion still hasn't appeared. Watching several oxen bathing brazenly at the lake's edge, I can barely resist striking. Finally, on the 4th day, far away, a lion with flames circling its neck appears in my perception. It's finally here. My excitement sends ripples across the lake surface. Watching the Flame Lion's approaching figure, I feel nervous. After all, this is my first time hunting a level 3 magical beast, and this Flame Lion clearly isn't ordinary. Whether I'll succeed, honestly, I'm not sure. When the Flame Lion is about 500 meters from the lake, the beasts at the shore finally react and prepare to flee, especially the oxen playing in the water. They panic and try to climb ashore to escape. I control the water to form an undercurrent current at the lake bottom, repeatedly preventing one ox from reaching shore. With a whoosh, the flame lion reaches the shore and bites the ox's neck. Blood immediately stains a large patch of water red. The ox stops struggling after a few moments and dies. Just as the flame lion prepares to release the ox, I activate water binding. 3 water ropes surge from the lake toward the flame lion. The flame lion startles but cleverly throws the ox corpse at the ropes. However, these ropes are controlled by my consciousness and are extremely flexible. They dodge the ox instantly, continuing to wrap around the flame lion. The flame lion opens its massive jaws, and a fireball shoots out, hitting one rope and evaporating it completely. But the other 2 ropes bind tightly around the flame lion's neck and one forepaw. A tug of war begins. The flame lion truly is exceptional. With its strength alone, it resists an entire lake's force. The fire ring around its neck keeps expanding, threatening to vaporize the binding ropes. With 3 whooshes, 3 water spears fly from the water again. One shoots straight at the flame lion's forehead. The other 2 follow closely. The flame lion roars and spews a cloud of fire from its mouth. The fire cloud moves slowly but gathers in front of it. The first spear plunges in and evaporates quickly. The second shoots in. The fire cloud trembles but doesn't dissipate. My heart tightens. I control the 3rd spear, at the critical moment changing its direction, bypassing the fire cloud and shooting straight down from above. As the flame lion cries out in agony, the water spear vanishes, leaving a large hole in its head, blood gushing out. The fire cloud vanishes completely the moment the flame lion is struck, but the ring of flames around its neck still burns. I control the water ropes to drag it into the lake. The surface slowly returns to calm. This hunt consumed all my remaining energy, leaving me completely drained. Fortunately, I've finally devoured this tier 3 magical beast. Congratulations on devouring a mortal tier level 3 flame-maned lion. 3,000 energy points gained. Abnormal energy detected. Refine it. Refine. I suspect it's the ring of flames around the lion's neck. Refined flame lion's fire. Host's flame immunity increased. My true form is water. Fire is basically my only natural enemy. I didn't expect the system's refinement to boost immunity. If I refine even higher level flames in the future, I might even be able to devour the sun itself. This ambush was a complete success. 3,000 energy points in one go. I think things through. The known effective ways to gain energy are hunting and devouring creatures, and refining special substances or energy. All of this requires skills. Current skills: Spirit Rain, basic skill to increase volume; Water Binding and Water Spear, primary attack skills. System: I want to upgrade skills. 500 energy upgrades Spirit Rain and Water Binding. 1,000 energy upgrades Water Spear. The upgrade costs are indeed massive, and this is just from level 1 to 2. I can imagine later upgrades will require even more energy. But to hunt and devour stronger creatures for more energy, I must upgrade skills. So I upgrade everything without hesitation. This costs 2,000 energy at once. I want to test what's special about level 2 skills, so I use Spirit Rain again. This time, Spirit Rain cost 100% energy directly, and the effect is far more dramatic. Torrential rain pours for several hours. I can feel the water contains even richer spiritual energy. Though the rain is heavy, my volume increase seems less than expected. I focus intently on every part of my body and finally discover something. In the mud not far away, a seed brought from who knows where greedily absorbs the Spirit Rain. Nearly all the rainwater near it gets sucked in, stealing water from me. I need to see what species this is. I'm both annoyed and curious. I deliberately control part of the lake water to flood the seed. After nearly 15 minutes, the seed finally stops absorbing. A seed the size of a peanut has absorbed 15 minutes worth of lake water. This is absolutely absurd. In my perception, the seed seems satisfied, shakes itself, extends 2 leaves left and right, and continues growing rapidly. In no time, what was just a seed grows into a tree over a meter tall. Even more surprising, beneath the mud are roots over 2 meters long, tangled and reaching toward me. Truly insatiable. I decisively use Water Spear, aiming at its newly grown trunk. With a bang, the trunk snaps. I seem to hear bone-chilling, ghostly wails in my mind. The rapidly growing roots beneath the mud stop. Congratulations on establishing connection with mutated Bloodthorn Tree. Choose to form symbiosis or bind as servant. The Bloodthorn Tree has this function? I didn't expect this. After considering, the Bloodthorn Tree is normally a common desert tree, but this one has mutated, gaining the terrifying ability to devour blood and souls to strengthen itself. Previously, when I hunted other creatures, the Bloodthorn seed was secretly feeding on their blood and souls. Now, irrigated by by spirit rain, it has finally sprouted. Following the system's prompt, I choose symbiosis with the mutated Bloodthorn Tree. This is after careful consideration. The priority is hunting as many creatures as possible to gain energy and level up. Blood and souls from creatures are useless to me, but these are exactly what the mutated Bloodthorn Tree needs. We complement each other. I can foresee that in the near future. With my help, the Bloodthorn Tree will become a terrifying existence. Symbiosis successful. Congratulations, host has gained symbiont, mutated Bloodthorn Tree. 2,000 energy points awarded. New skill, Soul Link acquired. Can directly communicate with any creature possessing a soul. When I check the system panel again, some changes have occurred. A new section appears beside my information. Creature, mutated Bloodthorn Tree. Level, Mortal Tier Level 2. Skills, Darkthorn, Bloodthirst, Soul Devour. Warning, mutated Bloodthorn Tree's intelligence grows extremely fast and is highly malevolent. Please discipline strictly. Just born and already the same level as me. Truly abnormal. As for the system's warning, I'm not worried. After all, a symbiont won't betray me. As for whether it's evil or good, in such a cruel environment, goodness is worthless. I control my perception, focusing on the Bloodthorn Tree. The Bloodthorn Tree sends joyful soul fluctuations. Because it's just been born, its soul is still weak and can't communicate normally with me. It can only vaguely convey concepts, like its craving for blood and souls. After that battle, those beasts have fled far away. They probably won't dare return for quite a while. I can only control part of the water to irrigate the Bloodthorn Tree. After another terrifying absorption session, the trunk I severed with water spear starts growing again. With 2,000 new energy points, I needn't be stingy. I simply spend 1,000 energy on rainfall. This time, I don't deliberately control the rainfall area. Spirit-rich rain falls across the entire original lake site. The pitter-patter of rain falls on and off for a week. The sun above remains harsh. The desert still shimmers with heat. But this lake alone experiences continuous rain and even feels cool. Many dead trees revive, and distant seeds sprout. In this desert of death, my location forms the only oasis. This strikingly different environment attracts many creatures. Animals that witness that slaughter still hesitate in the distance, resisting temptation with all their might. But animals from farther away approach me with delight. In my view, for me now, hunting ordinary beasts no longer means much. Only magical beasts can bring greater returns. Therefore, I strictly forbid the Bloodthorn Tree from acting. I want to make this place an oasis of life, attracting even more powerful beings. One day, as I leisurely ripple my waters, observing this world's uniqueness, I suddenly sense strong energy fluctuations from afar. This energy moves toward me at extreme speed. Soon, it appears beside the lake. The animals drinking and playing at the lake don't react immediately. Only when a boom sounds do they scatter and panic. But instead of alarm, I feel joy. If I could speak, I'd almost shout, "Finally, humans!" Though this human doesn't seem to be in good condition. The arrival is someone in gray robes, with a high-bridged nose, blue eyes, around 30 or 40 years old, holding a wizard's staff. Close observation reveals their exposed forearm is just bare bone. The other one, I almost mistake for human, slightly smaller than a normal adult human, with pointed ears and overly pale skin, wings on their back, and a bow in hand reveal they're not human, but an elf. Morvain, you trespassed into the elven woods. In the king's name, I grant you death. The male elf's bow glows with an earthy yellow light. Morvain isn't panicked, despite his wretched state. The scepter floats before his chest, and he chants a spell. Suddenly, the end of the bone scepter pierced into Morvain's chest. Pain and struggle flicker across Morvain's face. Blood flows along the scepter to a black bead at its tip. The bead gradually turns blood red. Forbidden spell! Morvain, how dare you! Aldrian, the youngest heir of the Earth Elemental tribe, your arrogance will be your undoing. May the great god of death grant you eternal life. Morvain finished his incantation, and the scepter in his chest stopped absorbing blood. The red light intensifies, completely overwhelming Aldrian's green arrow glow. Faintly, a massive scythe appears in the red light, slashing toward Aldrian. Aldrian doesn't retreat, but appears ready to die. His wings beat violently, forming an earthen yellow giant sword that launches instantly. Immediately after, Aldrian's figure vanishes, retreating 100 meters in one breath. The yellow sword collides with the red scythe, but there's no earth-shattering sound. The sword resists briefly before being destroyed. At this moment, Aldrian runs forward without looking back, hoping to escape the red scythe's deadly harvest, but it's all in vain. Aldrian has no time to scream. His head falls to the side while his body rushes forward a distance. Seeing this, Morvain finally loses strength to stand and collapses to the ground. I observe silently from the side, not daring to reveal any presence, fearing discovery. In my perception, a terrifying existence hasn't disappeared. Sure enough, after harvesting Aldrian, the death scythe doesn't vanish but forms an eye on its blade. Indifference, fear, death. These are words any creature seeing this eye can't help but think. Morvain stares in terror at the blood-red scythe in the sky, mouth open but speechless. With a swish, the scythe vanishes and Morvain's head separates from his body. From Aldrian's corpse, a yellow light flies out, breaking into the void and vanishing. The scene changes too fast. I'm stunned. After a brief daze, I cast water binding twice, pulling Morvain and Aldrian's corpses along with their bow and staff into the water. Who would have thought this tiny lake hides something? I startle. I can't sense any life force. This voice is Morvain's. He's not dead. Indeed, from Morvain's mangled corpse emerges a shrunken, barely human version of Morvain. Lowly rat. I am a servant of the great Lord of Endings. You dare covet my corpse? Indeed, a cunning necromancer. They're most skilled at manipulating souls to actually preserve his soul after using a forbidden spell, but judging from his frantic searching, Morvain can't detect my presence. Time to test the Bloodthorn Tree's abilities. I'm not afraid. If Morvain were at full strength, I probably couldn't handle him. But now, as just a soul, Morvain is like a delicious lamb before my soul-devouring Bloodthorn Tree. The Bloodthorn Tree's branches sway. It can barely contain itself. A necromancer's soul. What a delicious meal! Upon receiving my command to strike, several black thorns on the Bloodthorn's trunk suddenly fly toward Morvain above the lake. Morvain can't dodge in time and never expected this small sapling behind him would attack. He's hit by all of them! Damned rat. I'll burn your soul bit by bit before the god's statue. Morvain screams in agony, his soul-formed body constantly shifting shapes, clearly suffering immense damage. The dark thorns explode, shattering Morvain's soul into fragments. A powerful necromancer who escaped the Dawn Sanctuary's pursuit, who once killed an elven royal heir of Earth, is now effortlessly annihilated by my symbiont. The Bloodthorn Tree eagerly extends a root. I let it absorb the blood, but don't allow it to devour the souls yet. I need to extract their memories through the system first. Plus, souls are purer after the system extracts memories, making them easier for the Bloodthorn Tree to devour. Ding! Congratulations on obtaining a Transcendent Tier Level 3 Elven Royal Corpse. 2,000 energy points awarded. Congratulations on obtaining a Transcendent Tier Level 2 Dark Wizard Corpse. 1,000 energy points awarded. Special substances detected, Dragon Bone Staff and Elven Bow. Refine them? Ding! Refinement successful. 1,000 energy points awarded. Just looting corpses yields such rich rewards. I never expected this. Doesn't this mean I can gain energy just by obtaining creature corpses? If so, things are much simpler. A grander plan forms in my mind. If successful, it will help me gain energy rapidly. After absorbing their memories, I finally gain a clearer understanding of this world. The wizard and elf's memories are far richer than those beasts and magical creatures, with more complete worldviews. This world is called the Eternal Realm, extremely chaotic, with all kinds of creatures and complex power structures. The most powerful is the Dawn Sanctuary, who worship the Lord of Dawn, believing all beings should live forever in light. Morvain's Shadow Temple worships the Lord of Endings, believing death grants eternal life. Aldrian's elves are also a powerful race. They've long lived in the elven woods, rarely venturing out, and allow no one to enter. Trespassers face endless pursuit. Morvain was being hunted by Dawn Sanctuary mages. With nowhere to go, he was forced to hide in the elven woods, only to be discovered by Aldrian and pursued. Morvain's final spell was a sacrificial spell, a type of forbidden spell. Once cast, it's tremendously powerful, but the caster must sacrifice their own life. Few light mages or dark wizards ever use such magic. For me, this world still holds many unknowns. I'm truly still very weak. If Morvain hadn't been forced to use a forbidden spell, essentially causing mutual destruction, with my current strength, I probably couldn't handle either one. Still too weak. I sigh deeply. These were just a necromancer and elven royal. What about the even more powerful Dawn Sanctuary bishops and elven king? Or the even more terrifying Lord of Dawn and Lord of Endings? Fortunately, I have the system. I believe someday I'll stand at the same height as the gods. This time, with almost no effort, I've gained 4,000 energy points, just enough for the next level up. System, I want to level up. 4,000 energy deducted. Congratulations on advancing to level 3 lake. The previously calm lake water churns. My volume expands again, now fully restored to its pre-dried state. 800 meters in radius, now it finally looks impressive. Quite satisfied with my current state. Compared to the small puddle when I first arrived, I can now truly be called a large lake. Suddenly, the Bloodthorn Tree sends soul fluctuations. I check the system panel. Creature mutated Bloodthorn Tree. Level mortal tier level 3. The Bloodthorn Tree leveled up with me. It seems Morvain and Aldrian's souls brought it great benefits. Master, I'm hungry. The Bloodthorn Tree's childish voice appears in my perception. The Bloodthorn Tree can communicate directly with me now. This is exactly what I hoped for. Being alone every day with no one to talk to. If this continues, I'll go crazy before becoming a god. To pass time, I play with the Bloodthorn Tree, helping it practice speaking, like a father with a son just learning to talk. In the month since arriving, aside from bottom-tier beasts and a few magical creatures, I haven't seen any organized races, let alone human tribes. This frustrates me. Without connecting with intelligent races, relying only on myself, who knows when the next upgrade will come. As the lake expands, my vision grows. Yet I still can't see where this desert ends. I feel somewhat desperate. One morning, I idly play with the Bloodthorn Tree. The Bloodthorn Tree's intelligence now matches an 11 or 12-year-old human child. I even gave it a name. Following my surname Chu, I call it Thorn. Suddenly, the sound of hoofbeats appears in my perception, like thousands of troops charging here. Could it be a human army? Good news! When the targets appear in my vision, I'm absolutely stunned. It's not an army at all. It's giant scorpions. Each scorpion is half the size of a horse. When they run, doesn't it sound like galloping horses? The leading scorpions are especially large, slightly purple, with tail stingers emanating dark light. Soon, the scorpion army reaches the lake. After the lead scorpion general looks back, all scorpions stop in unison. The scorpion general points its foreclaw at several scorpion soldiers behind, signaling them to drink. After the scorpion soldiers drink safely and return, the scorpion general directs all soldiers to drink in pairs. I hold back. In my perception, this scorpion general is only level 3, those behind are level 2, and the other scorpion soldiers are merely level 1. But forming such a disciplined scorpion army is quite extraordinary. The magical beasts I've hunted before included mortal tier level 3 creatures, but none had such high intelligence. I plan to observe their next move. If I can devour them all at once, these thousands of scorpions could bring substantial energy. After all the scorpion soldiers finish drinking one by one, the scorpion general finally steps forward and just dips its head into the water. As I'm still considering whether to strike, sudden change. A thunderous sound comes from the distance, even louder than the scorpion army. It's a lizard army. The leader also radiates level 3 aura. The lizard army surrounds the scorpions, trapping them at the lake. Is this going to be an all-out racial battle? If so, I can reap the benefits while they fight. After the lizard army encircles them, the scorpion army panics briefly. The scorpion general doesn't have time to drink and immediately waves its claw, commanding the army to battle stations. The lizard army presses forward. The scorpion army retreats repeatedly. Many scorpions are already half in the water. Tensions run high between both sides, but I keenly notice that neither the scorpion general nor the lizard general has any intention to strike. Instead, their normally obedient magical beast troops show signs of losing control upon encountering enemies. Watching both sides in stalemate, an idea strikes. Since neither of you will strike, let me help you out. With a whoosh, a water spear shoots from the lake, piercing through 2 or 3 scorpion soldiers before dissipating. The already disadvantaged scorpion army, suddenly startled by the commotion behind, descends into chaos, frantically charging away from the lake. The lizard army on the perimeter has them completely surrounded. This collision completely ignites battle between the two races. Both generals are shocked, desperately issuing commands to control the situation, but to no avail. Already engaged in combat, both sides now have only battle instincts, no longer heeding commands. To stop their subordinates, both leaders even kill some as examples. Watching the increasingly frenzied scorpion and lizard armies, I'm somewhat surprised. It seems these two races have deep-seated grudges. Looking again at the generals who still won't fight each other, I find the situation intriguing. Two races with such deep hatred, yet their leaders seem desperately restrained, even afraid to fight. I can only think of one reason they dare not act. A more powerful existence forbids war between them. What kind of being could intimidate two such massive races? I feel a sense of urgency. The lake's anomaly will be discovered eventually, but I don't want it to be now, because I'm not strong enough yet. Though my lake form isn't easy to kill, I know this world has many powerful spells. Seeing the battle is unavoidable. The two generals still don't fight each other but walk toward the lake together. They both just saw a water spear shoot from the lake, startling the scorpion soldiers and triggering the battle. The two beasts carefully observe the lake's edge but find nothing. The lizard general angrily opens its massive jaws and spews green venom. The venom spreads rapidly across the surface. Fish and shrimp it touches immediately float up, bellies white. I remain still. I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity. Finally, the scorpion general can't hold back. Its tail stinger glows red, instantly splitting into dozens of strikes, shooting into the water. But aside from splashing water, there's still no response. Both beasts are puzzled. Neither senses any special presence in the lake, and their probing attacks yielded no results. The scorpion general glances at the lizard general, signaling him to enter the lake. After all, lizards are amphibious, while scorpions are purely terrestrial. The lizard general roars at the scorpion general twice, then cautiously enters the water and dives to the bottom. Perfect opportunity. I act decisively. 4 water ropes form directly in the water, power multiplied. The lizard has no time to resist. The water is my domain. All 4 limbs bound tightly by me. Only its tail stirs weakly in the water. I control the water currents, eliminating ripples from the lizard general's struggles. Simultaneously, I use water spear. The lizard general is pierced by water spears without resistance and dies. I control the water to wrap the lizard general, preventing its blood from reddening the lake. The scorpion general on shore grows anxious as the lizard general doesn't return. Suddenly, it realizes it can no longer sense the lizard general's aura. Panic rises. It turns to flee. How could I let it escape? Whoosh! The same 4 water ropes wrap the scorpion general like a dumpling from behind, dragging it directly into the water. The scorpion general's combat power greatly diminishes in water. Its tail stinger is useless against my lake form. Without surprise, I take its life with a single water spear. Thus, both the most powerful scorpion and lizard generals are slain by me. The 2 races battling fiercely on shore have already suffered over half casualties. I control the lake water in a reverse surge, sweeping all still fighting scorpions and lizards into the water. Then I raise waves and kill them all. In the water, those magical beasts, already exhausted from battle, soon become floating corpses. The entire lake turns blood red. Severed limbs and tails litter the shore. A gruesome scene. I first refine all corpses in the water, giving blood and souls to the Bloodthorn Tree to devour. From the memories I've obtained, these 2 races coming to the lake simultaneously is indeed significant. In both the lizard and scorpion general's memories, I see the same person, an elf. Though hidden in darkness, wings and pointed ears reveal their identity. This elf ordered both races to thoroughly search the desert and report any anomalies. Why are the elves investigating this desert?
I don't think it's for Aldrian. If it were only for Aldrian, there'd be no need to search the entire desert for anomalies. I sense something ominous. An unprecedented sense of crisis weighs on me.
Will I face the elves again so soon?
I need to prepare early. Nearly 2,000 corpses in the water. Plus, the scorpion and lizard generals I killed, I've gained nearly 20,000 energy points. Jackpot! War profits truly are the best. I look delightedly toward the shore, where 3,000 to 4,000 corpses remain. The windfall is so sudden I feel dizzy, but I restrain my greed and don't devour the corpses on shore, looking at my energy points breaking 5 digits for the first time. I'm happier than when I first earned a 5-digit salary in my past life. After brief contemplation, I decide to do a major upgrade. System, raise my level to 5, and upgrade Spirit Rain, Water Binding, and Water Spear all to level 5. Upgrade successful. Congratulations on acquiring new skill. Tidal Force can unleash oppressive force with the lake's full might. Each use costs 500 energy. Checking the system panel again, the 20,000 plus energy has dropped to just 5,000 points. The next upgrade requires 30,000 energy. Indeed, easy come, easy go. Same with energy points, but I have a terrible suspicion. If it's true, I'll need to spend all the energy I can get, and it still won't be enough. Since the scorpions and lizards received orders from the elves, other races surely did too. All races in this desert are probably under elven control. Confrontation with the elves is inevitable. The scorpion and lizard generals came to my lake this time, precisely because they detected anomalies and came to investigate. Unluckily, they ran into me. Fortunately, they hadn't reported before I dealt with them. This gives me reaction time to prepare and avoid being too passive. As I rack my brain thinking how to break this situation, the Bloodthorn Tree sends news of advancement, excitedly calling me. I look, holy cow! The trunk that was only 3 or 4 meters tall now stands over 10 meters. Truly a large tree. Below the mud, roots are densely tangled. The entire tree now grows within my lake. Fortunately, Thorn no longer needs massive amounts of water, or I wouldn't know if I could sustain it. Checking Thorn's status through the system, it's also reached Mortal Tier level 5. The skills haven't changed, but recalling how it dealt with Morvain's soul, the upgraded Bloodthorn Tree will surely be even more terrifying. Master, I'm hungry. Want to eat the food on shore. Thorn's food naturally refers to those corpses on shore, but now isn't the time to consume them. I've kept them for a purpose. Since someone controls the scorpions and lizards, if these two groups disappear, someone will investigate, eventually finding me. I might as well leave these corpses to create the appearance of mutual slaughter. Investigators seeing this scene, with both generals missing, will likely suspect they fled elsewhere with surviving beasts. If I hide well, the power behind them won't focus too much on the lake itself. Plus, Plus, these corpses are free food for carnivores. They should attract magical beasts and bring me more energy. A deep sense of crisis weighs on me. When there are no magical beasts to hunt, I plan future development while practicing my 3 offensive skills, and also practice coordinated combat with Thorn. I discover that my 3 skills, when used after Spirit Rain, all gain power boosts. My new skill Tidal Force combined with Thorn's Dark Thorn has exceptional synergy. In my free time, I observe the plants and animals growing in the lake. Nurtured by the spirit-infused water, creatures in the lake grow exceptionally fast. Watching the swimming fish and shrimp, I wonder, should I cultivate shrimp soldiers and crab generals in the future? What's that? In my perception, a peculiar small creature appears on shore. Its form resembles a gecko but has black wings on its back, reminiscent of dragons from foreign films in my past life, just much smaller. In the months since arriving in this world, the creatures I've seen are much larger than in my past life, even though scorpions grew to half a horse's size. But this gecko is no different from geckos in my past life. Right now, this gecko is trying to burrow into a scorpion's head. These scorpions' bodies are completely wrapped in hard exoskeletons. Getting inside isn't easy, yet this gecko takes little effort. Its claw scratches once and a small hole appears, then it burrows right in. Soon it emerges satisfied. Then it raises its head, alertly scanning the surroundings, and gleefully moves to another lizard corpse. Its tiny eyes gleam with intelligence. This scene greatly piques my interest. I quietly cast water binding. A water rope extends along the ground toward the gecko. When the gecko emerges from the lizard's head, my water rope is already waiting. It binds the tiny body tightly. The gecko frantically twists, its sharp claws scratching at the rope. This time it miscalculated. Water has no fixed form. No matter how sharp its tiny claws, how can they cut water? Just as I playfully prepare to toy with this strange gecko, it suddenly vanishes. I'm shocked. Sensing fully, I discover it suddenly hid inside a scorpion corpse. How did it break free? How did it get inside the corpse? I'm completely baffled. The water rope in the air still maintains its binding shape, proving the gecko didn't break free by force. Interesting? Let's see how many times you can escape. Refusing to give up, I form 4 or 5 water ropes again, simultaneously wrapping around the little gecko. Even hiding in the scorpion corpse is futile. Sure enough, the captured gecko vanishes again. It just reappeared nearby and I sense it immediately. Another water rope awaits. After 4 consecutive times, I finally see how the little gecko escapes. Whenever my water rope binds it, its small wings flutter, and its body whooshes to another location. This must be some kind of spatial innate ability. But apparently, with its current ability, it can't teleport far distances. It always appears nearby and seems unable to control direction. Watching the gecko crash into the Bloodthorn Tree trunk, I'm already scheming. This magical gecko humanly rubs its head with both claws, looks at the tree before it, and scurries up. Before it reaches the top, black thorns on the trunk suddenly shoot toward it. The gecko's foreclaw swipes and actually breaks off the usually invincible dark thorn. The Bloodthorn Tree trembles with rage and launches several more thorns from all directions toward the gecko. Before the gecko can react, I strike too. Using Tidal Force, massive waves roll in the lake. The entire lake seems about to overturn, a powerful pressure crushing toward the gecko. The gecko feels invisible force from all directions. Forget moving its claws, even its wings can't flutter this time. The dark thorns arrive at this moment but stop before the gecko, barely touching its skin. The gecko struggles to move its forepaw, making a pleading gesture. Seeing its intelligence is so high, and spatial abilities are always supremely powerful, I decide to subdue it. Just then, the system chimes. Ding! Congratulations on subduing a dragonkin lizard with dragon bloodline and spatial abilities. High potential. Bind is servant. Bind! No need to think. Naturally, I'll keep such a magical beast as muscle. Binding successful. 2,000 energy points awarded. Creature, dragonkin lizard. Level, mortal tier level 4. Skills, spatial shift, regeneration, dragon claw. Warning, dragons are naturally violent. Be cautious of dragonkin lizard's betrayal upon full awakening. Reading the system warning, I know I chose correctly. Binding such a creature with powerful potential will yield great returns. As for betrayal, as long as I always suppress the dragonkin lizard with strength, it has no reason to betray me. Having successfully bound it, I lift Tidal Force's pressure and make the very reluctant Bloodthorn Tree retract its eager thorns. The dragonkin lizard ingratiatingly wags its tail, jumps into the lake for a few laps, then conveys its desire to continue feasting on shore. Naturally, I can't agree. I still need those things. Besides, if I don't let the Bloodthorn Tree feast but let the newcomer dragonkin lizard gorge, the still angry Bloodthorn Tree will surely rage. Seeing my refusal, the dragonkin lizard dares not resist. Its wings flutter as it slowly flies to a Bloodthorn Tree branch. It looks like it wants to settle there. The Bloodthorn Tree won't have it and keeps shaking its branches. These two won't stop squabbling. I'm helpless.
Both magical beasts don't have high intelligence yet, so I can only let them mess around, strictly forbidding serious harm. Over a week later, the corpses on shore are nearly dried by the scorching sun. During this time, I don't dare use spirit rain, fearing someone might notice the anomaly. The Bloodthorn Tree and dragonkin lizard still play around all day, but their relationship has become much more harmonious.